This conference will now be recorded.
Hi guys, this is Professor Olson taking a look at your logo icon sketches week 2, Friday edition. So we have some new entries here looking pretty good. All right, Erica, you are doing tupe mate, yerba mate based tea, which you did some great research. You drew upon the motifs from the culture. You actually exported what looks like a full-on JPEG with all the link files. So good job. I like many of these. The three that sort of jump out at me is number 1, number 5, and maybe number 11. But as I said, most of these are good. So if you have a strong feeling about any one of these other than those three, have at it. I think these will be fun when you add color and get them into Illustrator. So uh, that's my feedback on that. Really good. All right, next up, Mary Laney, Maylene, sorry. Wacky Noodles. This is a little kind of a tough one. So almost all your ideas revolve around a noodle, either personified in some way. I think that's a good idea, but it's kind of like one idea, just executed different ways. So if you can come up with some additional concepts, that'd be good. I do like number 9. It's kind of funny and interesting. I like number 11, and maybe number 4. So those 3 would be your best that I would take into Illustrator, unless you come up with some other ideas, maybe that don't revolve around a noodle. So, uh, Lakin, you're doing Sol Beso. I do like number 8, which you said was kind of like the sun-made raisin. I think that's interesting. Maybe the background is this sort of like segmented orange shape or something. The mouth, the sun kiss literal thing is okay. It kind of jumped out as an image. Number 2, sun rays, sort of like an orange. I do like the idea of this. I think that the shape of this should be more square or circular, and that might help you use it a little easier. So actually, instead of number 11, I would go with number 7. I think that's good. So 7, 8, and maybe 2. All right, Olivia. So you're doing Olympic coffee. Number 8 jumps out as a good idea. The rest of these are just sort of visual explorations of Greek culture type things. The lightning bolts interest me because of the caffeine and all that. Um, Perhaps, instead of Zeus's hand, you have Zeus himself having some coffee, maybe. I do like number 6, the harp. That seems okay. So number 8, number 6, and maybe if you come up with something else, I can't really see what 9 is. Let's see. Yeah, no. Uh, so consider that. Maybe number 4 would be your other third option. All right, Brian. Okay, you're doing Sol Beso as well. I'm not sure how that happened. You should all be doing different things. You focused on the name and have word marks, which is not what the assignment is. So make sure you're reading the assignment, understanding it, watching the live sessions, um, and making sure you know what you're doing. Um, this is a little too much of an illustration to be really an icon. Maybe the character, the sun character could be an idea, but all the activity going on here with the word and stuff, I think that's not going to work as a logo. Um, and then you got a word mark, word mark, word mark. You've got the sun again. Chocolate pouring over a word. Let's see, what's number 9? Crystal, yeah, all right. Um, I'm not really sure how crystal relates, but some pictures of fruit with chocolate, maybe that would work if you sort of make it more of an icon. Now, this is just, you did not put them in your template. You're just giving us a large JPEG of your Sketchpad. So make sure you put this in the template for the assignment, otherwise you won't get credit. All right, so that's section 1. Section 2, let's see. Starting with Leah. Shaman tea, the ones that jump out right away are number 1. And I think feathers are okay, but maybe they're tea leaves. Number 9, I like as well. This could be an interesting face here. And number 10, I'm kind of interested to see how that would play out. Again, a tea leaf maybe. So 1, 9, and 10, I think were your best ones. Some of these are kind of redundant and just really sort of visual exploration. So, all right, Brian, you're doing Oaxaca chocolate, which is from Western Mexico, from the Oaxaca region. You should do a little more research on Oaxaca so you understand sort of the culture and what it's about. This big sombrero is very much from Sonora, which is not Oaxaca. The big mustache seems like sort of a cliche for Mexican. And then you have pictures of cocoa beans, chocolate. This number 1, so this is from the Oaxaca region. I recognize that. That's interesting. What could you do with that to turn it into a unique object rather than just replicating what's there? You could use a character, but I would say do a character that's more specific to Oaxaca. And then a candy bar is not a good icon for this. This is a map of Mexico. Don't use maps. They're not really great. I think you need to come up with a couple more ideas and do a little more research and see what you can find out about Oaxaca. Sabrina, Shanghai cookies. So you did all the same idea, which is a fortune cookie with paper coming out. This is a very literal interpretation of the project. I want you to think a little deeper about what your keywords look like as a visual and what you could do to create a unique kind of image or icon. Maybe it's some sort of character or symbol that would sort of tell us the story of Shanghai cookies. Right now, of these, I'm not even sure any of them really work. Maybe, well, number 4 is just really a fortune cookie. Putting the type into the icon, as I've described in the live session, that is problematic because the logo has to then be very large for the type to be able to be read. So see if you can dig a little deeper and see if you can find some more concepts here, because right now I don't think you've got one that really works. All right, Timothy, Wedgwood cookies. This is a screenshot. You should be able to export a JPEG from your InDesign file. These sketches are kind of hard to see. I can't really see number 1 at all, so I don't really know what's going on there. The ones that jump out at me are number 3 for sure, number 8, I think that is. Maybe this one, let's see, number 11, cookie with wings, maybe. 11, 8, and 3 would probably be the best options. These sketches are, the way you've shot them, there's a lot of highlights and it's a little hard to see. All right, so that's it for section 2. All right, section 3, Ashley, Odessa T. So now you've embraced a little bit of the Ukrainian culture there with an anchor. So I like number 5. The Ukrainian grandmother on a teacup, I like that. Number 9, that's better. Let's see, what's number 12? Yeah, I kind of like that because of the health aspect. So number 5, 9, and maybe 12. This is an interesting idea, but it's not really visually working as a good sort of concept. So, but you did progress in your thinking, so that's good. All right, Sonia, Barbarella's Twisted Snacks. You should look up the movie Barbarella with Jane Fonda, look at psychedelic art, find more resources to fill your brain for concepts. Right now, you've got one idea, which is to take a pretzel and twist it into different shapes. Maybe one of these would work. I think I like number 6 the best, but then the rest are kind of reformulating the same idea. So there could be a lot more to this. It's got a sort of fun sci-fi, 1960s sci-fi vibe. So look into all that, do some more research, and hopefully that'll spur on some additional ideas. And that's it. That's all we got for Friday. All right, guys, I love seeing your work. If you ever want an individual critique on anything, let me know and we'll try to arrange it. And I look forward to seeing how you wrap this up for the week.